Welcome. My name is Penelope Chatterton. Welcome to Awaken the Dream. My friends, it is so good to be back. It's been a few minutes for me in this wonderful new studio, and I have a very dear, special friend I have known, I don't know how long, Vicki, the Reverend Vicki Poppe from Quincy.
Yeah, 20
Open
years.
Doors, classroom.com,
Yes.
and I'm just so blessed to have you with me today. Actually, to be in our new studio, you're my very first guest.
Thank you.
So
Penelope.
welcome.
Thank you.
And tell us where you are now with your yes to God's plan for all of us.
Well, we've been sisters on this path for a long time.
I know.
And always the urge to simplify and just get this practice so that it's a natural, easy way of life.
Yeah.
It's instant to instant.
Yeah.
And instant to instant, it's either what I'm thinking or what would you have me think?
Yeah.
What is God's plan for me just right now, even sitting here right now?
Well, you just so inspired me by the word simplicity. It has to be that simple.
It does.
I'm ready. I'm listening.
Right.
What's up?
That's right. And then what I find out is that the only thing that is ever in the way are thoughts I have about things.
Yeah.
And I was speaking about it this morning on another gathering we had, that those thoughts are the only obstacles, not the things or the situations. And it's as simple as looking at what that thought does. There's an art to releasing it, a real art.
Yeah.
And the art is simply not engaging it. But that's much easier said than done. But after how many 30 years
true.
we've been doing this? Half our lives.
Well, do you get a feeling inside you, Vicki, when, first of all, you're hearing something from your conditioned mind, some story. Maybe your chemistry feels a little weird, and that's a heads up.
Right.
It's like, and then shift.
That's right. That's the alert. But I've learned in this simplicity, and you probably too, that when that comes up, that's an opportunity, and it's time to celebrate. It's time to say, come on, bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm ready to look at everything that might be in the way of my natural Christ mind.
Yeah.
Everything.
I like the way you said that. Bring it on.
Bring it on, because this simplicity of releasing it is just looking at it and watching whatever symptoms come through me, pass through me, without engaging them and not interfering, not holding on to them, not trying to be right with them.
Yeah. But you said something that I'm interested in, because I just brought it up the other day at a group about engaging in it.
Right.
I mean, don't avoid it.
Right.
We're talking about honor it.
That's right.
Sit in it, no matter what it takes.
Right.
So that the shift can happen and you really have done it.
Right.
So you're not doing it like pushing a button and saying, I won't address it. You would look at it so that you could be washed of it.
Right, because this is not a program of transcendence. Spiritual awakening, and that's what we're talking about. We're really talking about the second coming of Christ coming into our minds as our only identity.
Yes.
And when any interference comes that isn't full of joy or grace, then we cannot transcend it by pretending or denying that it's not there or blaming someone else.
Yeah.
The only thing we can do is allow it.
You take away all the fun.
I know. It's all
Darn.
Yeah, I know. You own it completely and let it pass through and witness our own healing, our own resurrection from every little problem that comes our way.
Yeah. Wow, that's so inspiring. I'm excited.
Thank you.
I'm excited. The
That's
second coming, I love hearing you say that.
That's what I feel
That's
it is.
what it is.
I do. I feel like we have really collectively turned a corner spiritually, and that the collective consciousness, my own, yours, and many, many that we know and don't know, both in time and out of time, have moved into a place of acceptance of our real identity in that divinity, our real Christ identity, and we're living from that, and that we're called to live to it, and we're called to listen and open that interior landscape in our own hearts and minds, and then live and breathe and move every day from that. Not just like it's some far away goal that we cannot reach, but that we can do it because it's always just right now.
We've done a lot of work, haven't we?
We have.
And as you say, collectively, we're moving. We are definitely moving on. And I think that's important to know, that because we're all doing this, that the help is there.
Right. and it's exciting.
Yeah,
Jesus said we could do everything he could do and more. And it's time
I
we
use
did
that
more.
all the time. Better things than this ye shall do.
Yes, and one of the things I'm really burning with love in is I think the way that is given us is a way that's full of grace and full of joy. And Jesus had another model he worked under that brought Christianity in the world into, that kind of the ego, I'll say, distorted into suffering and some value into suffering.
Yeah.
And I think we're being led into, when we do not engage our own problems, and we step back and let grace handle them, we see that they disappear.
Yeah.
And that's a way of grace.
Yeah.
That this awakening is a way through grace, joy, and celebration.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a totally different, it wasn't Jesus' mission, but I do feel it's ours in our world at this time.
He had his mission.
He did.
And he did it well.
He did.
And now I like the idea, because sometimes if I am in an institution of healing and there's somebody in my way blocking my direct contact, I feel like I don't need that. I mean, let me at it.
That's right.
Let me at it.
Let me see everything.
Yeah.
Everything, because the only things that could be in our way are our own fantasies, and it's time they dissolved. The spell is breaking all over the place.
Well, grace is a good word, because, you know, we have taken a lot of those stories very seriously. We have suffered with these stories. We have been brainwashed with a lot of these stories. So, as you say, it takes time, it takes patience, but grace and joy.
Grace and joy. And I think in the twinkling of an eye, I think as each of us, there have been so many souls who have really spiritually been working on owning, taking responsibility for what's happening, opening up to their inner listening, opening up to the Holy Spirit, that the time has come where there are fruits all around us in our own lives,